What's up YouTube, this is Harvey1997 coming at you today with a deck profile. So, you see this top card, you think, oh, he's just playing ABCs, nothing major. See this one, oh, it seems like just ABCs, but it's covering up the real problem card here. There he is, A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. We're trying to make this thing work, because even though XYZ sucks immensely, this guy's worth it. So we're gonna try and give it a shot. So, to start off with the monsters, 3A Assault Core, 3B Buster Drake, 3C Crush Wyvern. These are the best of your monsters, so you really just want to play 3 of them. Plus, since these are not your only Union monsters in the deck, since you are playing the X, Y, and Z in here as well, their effects are much more live than they would normally be, since you have more targets. So I think 3 of each is absolutely necessary. For the XYZ monsters, we're playing 2 X-Head Cannon, 2 Y Dragon Head, and 2 Z Metal Tank. The reasons for 2 of each is it's mainly X-Head Cannon. You can't search him with Union Hanger. You can only get him like from your deck to your hand off of Brilliant Fusion. By the way, I'm playing Brilliant Fusion. These guys, yeah, you can... like if you summon X-Head Cannon, you cannot use Union Hanger to equip one of these. So the only way to tutor either of these from the deck off of Union Hanger is summon Y, equip Z. You cannot summon Z to equip Y or anything involving X with Union Hanger. So that said, I think 2 of each is pretty necessary because otherwise you're really not going to see them. The only way you can search these guys efficiently is with Buster Drake. So, let's see. Now, I have 3 tin goldfish in here. This is really just a pseudo proxy, I guess. I don't have gold and silver gadgets apparently. I thought I did. Guess I got rid of them. But since I'm not playing Tsukiyomi in this build, 3 tin goldfish actually has been working out pretty well for me. I do play Gear Gigant X, and that is a very crucial card, so I would not play Photon Thrasher over these. However, I would play gold and silver gadgets over these if I had them, but I don't, so I can't. Playing 2 copies of Gem Knight Lazuli. This is really just because you desperately need one of your Brilliant Fusions to resolve, because otherwise you might just have an X-Head Cannon stuck in your deck, and that sucks. We're trying to turbo into A to Z as fast as we can. So, plus, resolving Brilliant Fusion is so good in this deck because you need that extra normal summon that gets your stuff on the field. And for the last of the monsters, we're playing 2 Max C, just because Max C is like amazing. And also, we're not playing Tsukiyomi, so it's a lot easier to get away with it. Spells. 3 Union Hanger, 3 Terraforming. This shouldn't need explained. This is the best card in the deck. This search is the best card in the deck. Plain and simple. Now, I cannot believe I'm actually saying this, but 3 copies of Frontline Base. This is once a turn, you can special summon a level 4 or below Union from your hand. It's so bad, but it's so absolutely necessary to get things out of your hand. You really just need it to get stuff on the board so you can start making your fusions, because ABC can be made through banishing your graveyard materials. XYZ, they have to be on the board, so you need something like this. Playing 3 copies of Brilliant Fusion. Seraph Knight's pretty good. Being able to dump Lazuli to search your X-Head Cannon from your deck is pretty good. 2 normal summons is pretty good. Brilliant Fusion's a pretty good card. You got 3 copies of Twin Twister. You got plenty of good discards in here. Why not? 1 Soul Charge. I normally don't like this in modern decks too much, but it's mainly in here for your X, Y, and Z, because if these get stuck in your graveyard, you can't make your X, Y, Z from the graveyard, so you have to get them back onto your board before you can make your A to Z. Then for the last spell, I'm playing 1 Upstart Goblin, 39 card deck, and the only trap I'm playing is 1 Union Scramble, because if you get your stuff banished, then you really need a way to get it back if your opponent like Solemns your ABC or something like that. Extra deck. Playing 2 copies of A to Z Dragon Buster Cannon. So I'm going to go over this guy's effect real quick because most people don't know what he does. and he is the main card in the deck. So right off the bat, he's a 4,000, 4,000. He's a fusion of ABC and XYZ. That's these guys. Let's see, so he can only be special summoned from the extra deck, and you have to banish both of these guys with their original names from your field. So he's a little tough to bring out, but hey. So you don't use polymerization or anything. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you can discard a card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. There's no limit to how many times per turn you can use that. It's pretty good. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, then target one of each of your banished ABC Dragon Buster and XYZ Dragon Cannon, and special summon them. That is actually the only reason we're playing 2 copies of him. That way you can banish him to get his effect off, and then, if you need to, you can banish these guys to summon your second one. If it weren't for that, we'd probably just play 1, but for that reason, I'm playing 2. So, moving on from him, we have 3 ABC Dragon Buster. This thing's sensational. I shouldn't need to say a lot more than that. ABC Dragon Buster is just really, really good. They have 2 XYZ Dragon Cannon, nowhere near as good as his younger brother over here. But you do need him to make A to Z, so we have 2, just to be safe. I'm playing 1 copy of Seraphonite. You could run a second one if you want, but rather than that, I have another choice in my extra deck that should be obvious by this point, but you'll see it. 1 copy of Gear Gigant X, Search Your Machines, he's pretty good. 1 Daigusto Emerald, this is why I'm not playing 2 Seraphonites, because you can put it back, and since most people don't know about this other effect, you can detach a material, and instead of shuffling stuff into your deck, you can bring back your X-Head Cannon to your field. It's only came up a few times in testing for me, but the fact that it's there is actually pretty nice. 1 Castel Skyblaster Musketeer, get rid of problem cards. 1 Diamond Direwolf, same thing. And for the last of the extra deck cards, we have 1 39, 1 S39 Prime, and 1 S39 the Lightning, so you can make sure to keep 2 materials on there after doing your first swing with him. So, one other quick thing I do want to bring up, because, and this isn't necessarily something for this deck as much as it is just ABCs, but a lot of people don't know. When you have, like, let's just say this is your board, okay? Or here, I'll use the original ones because, you know, it's probably more relevant with them. So let's say you've got, like, this is your board, you have like a Y Dragon Head equipped to your X, and you have Z on the board. This technically counts as fusion material for XYZ Dragon Cannon. And I know to most of you this probably seems obvious, but a lot of people don't, or they're not aware of that. It doesn't say they have to be in your monster zones. They can be as the materials can be as equip spells as well. So you can just banish all 3 of these like that and still summon your XYZ. Or go, like same goes for ABC, but you know he's a lot easier to bring out anyway. But yeah, so that is going to be the deck profile for this, guys. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good as basic ABCs in consistency. But if you can get this guy out, you could probably make an ABC player fold just because, you know, what are they going to do? I mean, they get their once a turn discard to banish with this guy. You get as many times as you want per turn discard to negate anything. So, I mean, yeah, tell me what you guys think about this deck in the comment section below. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in my next video.